and we'll open it up for questions.
Coach dominated possession and shots. Once again, couldn't get that goal to put you guys over the top. What will it take for you to be able to do that?
It'll take the ball going in the goal.
So keep doing what you're doing essentially, and hope it will happen.
I mean, obviously, if you get chances and you do better finishing, then it's in the goal, and you get more goals. It's not rocket science. So you got to keep doing what you're doing. We're getting in positions. We had more shots in this game than we did the last game. But we're even a bit better in that second half this game than we were last game. We had better quality chances in this game than we did last game. Some of them are harder to miss than make. So, you know, we just got to pass the ball in the ball.
So, can you talk about Gaston Fernandez now? Two goals, two late goals to get the equalizer. Just what do you see from him, and how good has he been for you guys the last 2
He's a great player. Gaston Fernandez is a quality player. And, you know, a lot of people are forgetting that he's just been here in this country a couple months. And it takes guys a lot of times, you know, a year or two sometimes to settle in and get comfortable in this league. And, you know, I thought for large periods of this game, he took the game over, and he was one of the best players on the field, I thought. And he deserved to score the goal. You know, he's one of these guys that gets himself in good spots. And, you know, he's not the biggest, but he's smart. He gets himself in around goal, and you know, goal scorers the ball seems to find him, and that's twice now where the ball's found him in a good spot. It's 2 tap-in goals.
Both of the goals you scored have been when you've been able to have Zakawani on the field and move him up to number 9. Is that a formation that's working for you guys better chemistry-wise, and how do you mimic that for the rest of the game when Zakawani's not completely ready to go?
Well, it's worked better chemistry-wise the last 2 games, certainly. You know, will it work better chemistry-wise long-term? I think that remains to be seen, but it's a real positive that we've inserted Zakawani. Gaston has found 2 goals in that spot, so, you know, hopefully Zakawani continues to progress to where he's able to start.
Coach, your team got better as the match went on today. Was there anything specific that Chicago was doing early on that the team either needed to adjust to or had particular success against you today?
I just think overall, for whatever reason, we were a bit lethargic. You know, they were hitting us on counters, and I thought, you know, the back line could have been dealt with a little bit better. You know, they were running Alex underneath, almost like a second striker, and getting him and Marikwa in the seams. And you know, one of the things we talked about at halftime was the outside backs got to get connected to help the center backs on those 2 guys. But second half, that was much better. You know, also just in general, our ball winning tenacity. We need to continue to be a team that's tough to play against on the ball, but also in our defending as well. So with and without the ball, we need to be a team that's tough to play against. So I thought in that first half again, we could have been a little bit hungrier, just ball winning, going on and getting in tackles. You know, nothing cheap, just winning the ball. You know, to win the ball, you got to actually go and win it. You got to tackle. We're getting in spots, we're pressing, but we got to, you know, get a little tighter to guys and actually tackle a bit more in our back line, in the channels, you know, in the center of the park. You know, and even at times up in the front 4 when we press guys. So I thought it was a little bit lethargic for whatever reason. That's 2 games in a row where, you know, the positives are we've now second half been very good both games. You know, the positives are both games we dominated the game in terms of possession. We had more shots in both games. You know, those are positive trends. We've come from behind both games. That's a positive trend. Negative trend is we've started slow, giving up early goal both games, and negative trend is, for me, is we got to be a bit, for me, tougher at times.
As a coach, how do you say on offense, just put the ball in the net? You can't coach that. As a coach, when the offense is doing everything right but finishing, what can you do?
I think we just, you know, it reminds me a little bit of last year. I mean, we're even ahead of last year, I guess, if you look at that. We lost this game last year, and took us a while to get going, and we had some slow starts last year as well. So you know, we're playing well. That's for me a positive. We weren't playing well if we were the team that had less possession and less shots. I'd be worried, because those are things that are tougher to change. Those are trends that are tougher to address. You know, there are some trends we need to address. First half, the start, giving up early goals. You know, we didn't give up a set piece today. I know some of you guys call PK set pieces, but it's really not. It's a penalty kick. But we didn't give up a goal on a corner or a wide free kick. So I feel good about that. I hope you guys do too. I know you talk about it all the time when we give up one, but it'd be nice to hear you talk about it when we do well on those. So I'm pleased about that. They had a lot of balls in the box, corners and free kicks, and we didn't give up a goal on those. You know, tough with the PK, but again, it's not a set piece. It's a PK.
Caleb, you guys haven't given up a goal in the play yet this year.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the way the defense has been playing?
Yeah, I think again it's because we defend as a team. You know, so I think the natural thing is to credit the backs and the goalkeeper for that, and they're a part of that for sure. But I think it's the defending as a team, the collective defending is the reason why we don't give up many goals. And the other reason is because we're on the ball a lot. You know, I think this game we had 68% possession, so that's 68% of the time that you're not defending. So that's another reason why you don't give up a lot of goals from the run of play. And these are all reasons why I like the philosophy of the way we play.
How do you think Alvarado has been adjusting, obviously, in his style, but I don't know if getting better?
Good. I think he's adjusted good. He hasn't given up a goal from the run play. He's another guy that's just been here a couple months, and you know, I think knowing that he's adjusting good.
Final questions?
Yeah. How does Gaston's movement help you in possession in terms of giving options as you move forward?
He's a very clever player. He knows how to get out of tight spaces. His movement is very good. He's a smart player. So I think anywhere you use him, he's going to pop up. He's going to read defenses. He's going to find gaps and seams. And when he gets in those, you know, what I call hard spots, in between the layers and in between the seams, he knows how to operate in there. And he has great pictures in terms of how he sees the game. And But when he gets closer to goal, he also can score goals. So, you know, I thought he really did well when we played him at the 10 second half, because he's central and he can float right and left and even get higher at times and run through, run through the back line. And then up at the 9, he kind of plays similarly. You know, now he'll come and, you know, pull off the center backs and find space there and still get in good spots. Even though he's not big, he gets on the end of crosses actually. It's not with his, he can with his head, but you know, you don't have to be big to score off crosses. You just have to, you do it with movement and getting in good spots, and he's shown that at times as well.
Caleb,
Last
with all
question.
missed opportunities, how hard is it for you to stay even keel, knowing that it's going to come?
I always stay even keel. You guys know that. I mean, you're the ones that get high and low. Nobody in that locker room's too high or low ever, and I'm never too high or low. Season is 34 games. We've played 2 games. We've got 32 games left, if my math's right. So if we won today, I would be even keel. You guys know this, because there's another game around the corner. And if we lost the next game, if we've got 3 points in this game, then we lose points. So points add up. You know, we started the first 4 games last season without getting a win. Only 3 points in the first 4 games, and yet at 17 games we're around 30 points. And then at, obviously, 34 games we're at 57 points. So I don't get too high or low, because there's another game with points around the corner.
Do you find yourself, though, during the game, getting worked up inside?
No, not really. I mean, I'm passionate and I'm competitive. You know, I like to, you know, motivate. I like to, I think my guys need it. You know, I can push some buttons here and there. So I lit a fire under them at halftime. I think you saw a response. I don't want to have to rely on that, though. They shouldn't rely on me to start games better, and they know that.
Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you.